everyone. I have a little bit of throwing to do today, and it is so ridiculously hot in Manitoba. If you live here, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not a heat girly. Summertime just doesn't sit with me. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like being able to be outside all the time, and that's fine. But the heat, no thanks. I'm good. Anyway, but I do have some fun things to throw today. I kind of want to do, like I had mentioned before, like the virtual studio type thing, where I throw, and whether I'm talking, and if I'm not talking, I'm just throwing, and I'm just that person that is there with you in your studio and throwing with you. Today I'm gonna throw some lidded jars, and I don't do that very often, or like ever. I think I've done one. But I did want to throw some of these because my little is starting to lose teeth. Gross. But it's freaking me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I know that I went through it, obviously, but it's weird. It's a weird thing. Anyway, I want to make some little special little lidded jars, just for her. One, she loves little trinkety things, and two, I want to have something that is special for her when she does lose a tooth, for when the tooth fairy comes. So yeah, anyway, that's what I want to do today. I have 5 balls of clay rolled out. I am expecting to maybe end up with 2. Maybe. But yeah, I want to throw a little bit, and I want to kind of see where it goes. See if I can do it. Because they're just going to be little itty bitty ones. Like I only rolled up like just a pound of clay. So they're not going to be very big. But yeah, that's what I want to do today. And I thought I might as well bring you guys along and try this first series of virtual studio. So let's get started. Let's try to throw some lidded jars. And if it works out, I'll maybe add it like a, not a 2-part video, but like the trimming and everything too, not just the throwing. I'll maybe, if they work out, I'll add the trimming into the video too, but we'll see how it works. Anyway, let's get throwing and let's see how the day goes. So I thought I should maybe explain my thoughts on why I decided to do this like virtual throwing session, virtual studio type of thing. I have mentioned that I do this all by myself all the time, and I like it that way, but I do sometimes miss having that creative energy that you can get from being in a community studio. So like I sometimes miss having people around me that are doing the same type of thing. And I kind of got thinking, I can't be the only one who sometimes feels like that, but a community studio for me, going to it just doesn't work. The timing and everything just doesn't jive with my jobs and my life. So that's why I have a home studio, and I'm happy about it. But sometimes I do, like I said, I miss that creative energy that you can get from a community situation. So I thought, why not bring a virtual throwing session to all those who just want that creative presence along with them while they're throwing. And that's totally what I want this series to be, is, I know I'm doing it right now, but less chitter chatter and just making in real time. And I've mentioned this before also, but going live just isn't something that I can do. My life is far too chaotic. Even in this video, I'm interrupted multiple times. So I have to cut things out. So going live just doesn't work. So I kind of thought, well, this is the next best thing. Just film myself being creative, throwing, making things, testing. I may even do things like trimming or sculpting or anything like that. And I think it might just be fun to just have that presence in your studio if that's something that you need. So I'm going to give this video a try, see how it works out, and then we'll go from there and see if we continue with it. So if you do like it, please make sure you let me know down in the comments, because if this isn't something anybody's looking for, I probably won't make another one. But if it is, let me know and I will keep doing it. But anyway, like I mentioned earlier, I'm throwing lidded jars. I don't throw these very often, so I do struggle a little bit, I won't lie. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get to throwing, and hopefully you are throwing as well, and we can both have a successful throwing day. So enjoy throwing. top for the lid, like either my flowers or a little bird or a butterfly. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that was kind of my very first virtual studio. I think that turned out pretty well. I mean, they they came together way easier than I thought that they would, because I'll be perfectly honest, I haven't thrown a closed form since October. Take that back. September of last year, because that's when I made pumpkins last. So it's been a very long time since I have made a closed form. But I'm really excited. So I think what I'm gonna do is, because they did turn out so well for throwing wise, I'm just gonna let these sit for a while, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna trim them with you guys, because yeah, these turned out really great. So I'm super excited about them. Yeah, so I think I will make this into like not a two-part video, but like I'll show you the two parts of it. Yeah, I'll show you how I'm gonna finish them. So I will bring you back when I am trimming. All right, so I won't lie, trimming these little jars was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. It was much harder than I thought it was going to be. Throwing them was not too bad, but trimming was a learning curve. They were a good consistency for trimming. They were a little on the wet side, but it was hard to avoid that because I did leave them attached to the bat, because I knew that it would be easiest for centering and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, I struggled hard with trimming these pieces. And I'm not gonna make you watch the entirety of me trimming these, because it took me over an hour to trim these 5 jars. That's insane. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to make you watch all of that trimming, because this video would be like 2 hours long. Far too long. But I will say that I did learn a ton. I learned that for the style that I want to throw, which is a little bit shorter with a rounded lid, that I need to focus on throwing a little bit thicker walls so that I can get that really nice little gallery on the inside that I'm looking for. And that's a problem that I ran into with a couple of the jars, was my walls were just a touch too thin, so I couldn't get the gallery that I wanted. But I was still able to keep the jars, but I just didn't get the actual look, the finished look that I wanted. So I think if I continue making these, which I will because I think they're super cute, I just need to focus on having a little bit thicker walls so that when I'm trimming, I can really get all of the details that I want for the inside look of the piece. But yeah, I did lose 1 jar because it was just too thin, and it was just too thin. But yeah, anyway, I also learned that keeping these jars attached to the bat before trimming was amazing. It made it so much easier, obviously, because your bat is centered. So if you threw it centered, it would stay centered. So that was the best thing that I did, was not detaching them. It did kind of make it added time for drying, obviously, because I had to trim the inside and the tops, and then I had to cut them off the bat and kind of let them dry a little bit before I could totally trim the bases, which was fine. It's no big deal. But that just made the process take a little bit longer. But yeah, it took me a very long time to trim all of these little jars. So yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to make you watch the entirety of that, because yeah, no, definitely not. But I did want to pop on and just talk to you a little bit what I was doing, because I didn't talk while I was doing this. But yeah, anyway, these are lots harder than they look, but I'm going to continue trimming, and if that's what you're doing, or if you're still throwing, you can still see what I am doing, and I will pop back on to let you know what we ended up with. So I won't lie, those were hard. Those, they were not as easy as I thought that they were going to be to complete. When I was throwing them, they went together so well. They threw great. Trimming, not so great. I learned a few things, but yeah. Those of you who make these little lidded jars all the time, props to you, because I did not find that as enjoyable as I wanted to. And maybe I just need some more practice, but I'm really happy with what I have. And I'm glad that these aren't anything that I plan on selling. I just plan on having these. Like, I just want these. But I added some little birds and some little flowers, and I thought they were really cute, but I will say they are harder than I thought they were going to be. That is for sure. But yeah, that was my very first virtual studio session, and I think it was fun. I think it was fun. So if you guys enjoyed this, please let me know down in the comments. And if there's something that you think I should add, let me know. I am going to keep this series pretty quiet, as in me not talking a whole bunch. I'm just going to find some music that sounds really nice, and that's probably what I'm going to add to this video. Or like continue to add to videos like this, because I think, I think it's nice to just have something relaxing, to just have that presence with us sometimes if you're by yourself, and yeah, that's what I want it to be. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, please drop them down in the comments. If you have anything that you want me to add, please drop that down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.